welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I hope you're doing okay. I hope life is treating you well. Today I created this soft glam makeup look. I think it's such a nice look for an everyday without being too dramatic. If you want to see how I created this look, stay tuned. Also, if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would deeply appreciate it if you'll hit that red button below, like and comment. And thank you so much for watching, and let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with this Milk Makeup Blur Stick, and I'm just going to apply this on my nose and on my cheeks here. And I feel like this primer does help with the pores. And then after, I'm going to go in with the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, and this primer is just going to give us like a nice glow to the face, because we really want, like for an everyday, we want our skin to be a little bit glowy, but not that dewy, but we still want that a little glow. So I'm going to put a little bit of that, and I'm just going to apply that like around my face, not on the center, because that's where we put the primer for the blurring primer. And I just want that to add it to the primer of my face. And then for foundation, I'm actually going to go in with the Origin Stay Tuned Balancing Foundation. I've been loving this foundation for like an everyday. It just gives me like a nice healthy glow to the skin, and it balances. It's a really good foundation. The only thing, it doesn't have SPF. That's the only thing I don't like, because I usually like foundations that have SPF, because then I don't have to worry that I have to moisturize my skin with an SPF. And for this, I'm actually going to use my fingers to apply this foundation, and just make sure that your hands are clean before applying this foundation, because otherwise, girl, you're gonna be having some issues. Go with my hand and apply this foundation everywhere like this. When those days that I don't want like a really thick foundation look, I use my fingers, and that helps the foundation to not be that full coverage, because usually for an everyday, I really don't want a foundation to be full coverage. Yeah, it just gave me like a nice natural look, and it looks really good. I like this foundation. Just for an everyday foundation, I like this one because it's just like, it gives me like a very natural look. And for powder, I'm actually going to be using the Set Blur Finishing Perfecting Press Powder from Estee Lauder, and I'm going to use my sponge, and I'm just going to press in the sponge into the powder here, and then I'm just going to dab this onto my skin, onto my face like this, and this is just going to give me like a nice coverage. And it's going to make sure that my foundation stays a little bit matte throughout the day. And I did that immediately after my foundation, because I feel like that works best. Because if I wait to apply my concealer and then apply the powder, I feel like the foundation already dried up and it just doesn't look good. So I put the powder immediately after my foundation, then I go with concealer. And for concealer, I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Mix that concealer with this Believe Moisturizing Eye Balm. I love how this eye balm it's like super lightweight, and it just gives you a nice hydration underneath your eye, and I really love it. And I love mixing the Tarte Shape Tape concealer with this moisturizer, just because the Tarte Shape Tape is a little bit too thick, and I do like a little paste here, and I just apply that. I feel like this concealer, it's pretty good. It's a good coverage, but I feel like it creases really bad for me. So I like mixing that with that moisturizing eye balm, and it just helps it to not crease. And also it gives like a nice lightweight coverage instead of being a full coverage concealer. And then again, going with the Estee Lauder pressed powder, I'm just going to get a little bit of powder, and I'm just going to make sure that this is set. And for eyebrows, I'm going to go in with this Anastasia Brow Wiz in shade Chocolate. And I just love doing my eyebrows very natural. For bronzer, I'm going to go with Maybelline City Bronzer. And I'm just going to grab a little bit, and then I'm just going to apply this like this. And I'm using in shade 100. It might look like I'm not applying bronzer, but I am. It's just giving me like a really nice light bronzer instead of being too harsh. Then I'm going to be going in with this Benefit Dallas bronzer. You can use it as a bronzer or a blush. I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm just going to apply that on top of the bronzer, just to give it like a nice little glow. It does have a little bit of a sparkle, so it's going to give us a little glow. And then for blush, I'm going to be going in with this Benefit Coralista. It's a nice coral shade, and I think it just for an everyday natural look, freshy look, it's just so perfect. I'm going to apply that on the apple side of my cheek. And for eyeshadow today, I'm just going to make it simple because honestly, for like a nice, simple, everyday makeup, you want to just have like a simple eyeshadow. You don't want to go too dramatic. You just want like a soft makeup look. And the brush I'm going to use, it's like a huge Morphe brush. I don't know what number it is because it came in a pouch and it doesn't have a number. But the eyeshadow I'm going to go in with is Creme Brulee eyeshadow, and this is from Makeup Geek. I'm going to apply this all over my lid like so. Shade I'm going to use is Tuscan Sun, and this is from Makeup Geek as well. And I'm going to use this Morphe brush E13, and I'm going to apply this eyeshadow. I'm going to apply this eyeshadow on the outer part of my eye, just a little bit, just to emphasize just a little bit. I'm going to grab a little bit of that. And these shadows are so pigmented, you don't need a lot. You only need a little bit. And I'm just going to do this. Smudge it here. I'm going to use this flat brush, and I'm going to mix Tuscan Sun with Creme Brulee, and I'm going to put that underneath my eye here. So I pop on some eyelashes, and I coated it with mascara with Urban Decay Provision. And now I'm going to go in with this Makeup Geek Shimmery eyeshadow, and I'm going to pop that in my inner corner just to lighten it up. And I'm also going to pop this on my brow bone just to add a little bit of a highlight. Such a pretty eyeshadow. And for lips, I'm going to go in with this Sephora collection lipstick. It is in number 7, which is a lip story. I really love this lipstick. The shade is one of my favorite colors, that mauve tone look. And they have a bunch of lipsticks, and their formula is so good. I highly recommend it. It's a Sephora collection lip stories. Really good shades, really good like formula. I highly recommend it, and it's super inexpensive. It's like $8 or $9. And I'm just going to apply that. For setting spray, I'm going to use this MAC Fix Plus just to make sure everything's secure for the whole day. And it smells so good and so refreshing. Ooh, gonna let that sit for a minute. This is the completed look. It's super, I really like this look, how it came out. It's just like a very natural look. It's a soft glam without being too much, too very dramatic, which I really like. I really like these kinds of looks, which are very soft, very light glam, but still cute, you know, without being too much. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you're not subscribed to my channel, remember to hit that red button below, and I'll see you next time, and thank you so much for watching.